Hello everybody and welcome back to Oxygen Not Included and the almost barren Graboid retreat. We lost almost everyone, so minus the one new person, we lost 14 before the end. Now, we'll see if they can actually continue this. We do have, two of them are cooks, so there will be plenty of food as long as they can get the sleet wheat grain over to there. Now, the biggest problem at hand is power because we don't have any hamster dupes at the moment. So, not everything is quite working, and I am trying to work on that. I do have a battery to put right here so that the oil... Actually, the oil is running just fine. Okay, then. But anyways, this would connect to the oil pump down here to allow that to keep going. And the carbon dioxide is actually building down here, which is good to know that we have quite a bit. I really do want to get rid of those two, so I'm going to set a mop order right there and right there so that we can get to that polluted water. And all the polluted water on top of the oil right there, most likely. Down here probably won't be built for some time because we are missing a lot of dupes that we need to be able to process everything. So everything will move just kind of slow for the time being. And one side is insulated, the other side is not. That could be some of the cause for heat on this side too. So you know what? We will insulated pipe. We have plenty of abyssalate. Just into there. We'll actually replace all of this pipe with insulated so that the heat of that does not transfer out as much. At 61 degrees, yeah, that entire pipe should probably be insulated. So, but that is a lot of pipe needing insulation, and as you see, we pretty much ran out of that. Granite is not thermally reactive, which is a problem because it's the only material that we don't have too much of. So, down into there. Going down into there. We gotta make sure we don't accidentally insulate pipes we're not meaning to. And around. And once it gets down to about right here, we're not really going to care because it's warmed down that way anyways. So, although this ice might melt a little faster with, well, it's already having the gases pass by, so I'm not going to worry too much about that actually. So let's get this side really quick. And they'll get to that when they have time, which they will never have time at the moment. Let's see what we can get in terms of new dupes. Speaking of new stuff, the new update, I did see the... Ooh, a buff guy. That would actually be nice for carrying stuff around. So yeah. We don't need another cook quite yet, but... And you have a ton of immunity, so... Welcome to the Graboid Retreat. We're almost actually out of Tasteful Memorials, too. We only have, was that 6 more? Yeah. But, hopefully with one more dupe, we can get things going a little bit better here. We have plenty of oil. Once somebody can get onto that, that is actually a priority 7, and nobody's doing it. So that's pretty insane right there. We have the coal right here, which is priority 7 as well. How much coal is sitting right here? Wow, 5 or 1,500 kilograms is actually sitting right there. That is pretty impressive. Oops, I did not mean to pause it, and the new day kind of lagged it right there because of that. But, and there aren't insulated bridges, right? Okay. which is weird. But let's look at the temperature in here, see how that's working. There is no green area over here anymore, which is amazing. The water is still fairly warm, but as you see, we are getting a little more sleet wheat growing. I'm not sure how to improve that because there's not really any way to cool off the water any faster than what we're doing. So, yeah, I don't know. We might need to just shift plate up in there a lot more. Like, a lot more, but we need a lot more wolframite at that too. So, that means it's going to be kind of meh. Oh yeah, I was talking about the new update. Basically, what's going to happen with that is that we will not be able to continue the graboid retreat because what it does requires a lot of. You're not supposed to grab fertilizer from there. You're supposed to grab it from here. That's why it's right next to the plants. Maybe we need to move the hatch somewhere like a little bit. No, because then it would take forever to get to the coal. But they're grabbing the fertilizer from here, which is not good either. But anyways. But the new update can only be truly appreciated with a new map. So I'm not sure if I'm going to continue into another Oxygen Not Included series with the occupation update, but I'll leave that to you guys. Leave a comment in the comment section below. Do you want to see more Oxygen Not Included, or should I move on to something else? Maybe like Slime Rancher or Subnautica just got a new release. I've been playing through that on my own right now, though, and I'm trying to design a really interesting base in my own personal save file, but yeah. Okay, so obviously nothing is working because... Oh, I was about to say, the contents of... It's only 8.7 degrees, yet the contents inside are really hot. I don't see how that's working. Anywho, we probably have plenty of plastic. Our biggest issue, though, is that we do naphtha. How is there naphtha over here? That comes from plastic. Somebody must have been running over here to build a trap at some point and dropped it on these tiles, and then these tiles heated up. Now the problem with naphtha is, let's see here, freeze point. Oh no, you can freeze it now. It used to have a stupid freezing point, so we'd have to get it to -50 for it to re-solidify into plastic, which is kind of terrible. So we're going to actually say to mop the naphtha up, because that's just not useful right there like that. Of course, there are a lot of other commands that are needing to be done, and not enough dupes to do them. So they'll get to that as soon as they can. I'm just keeping an eye on them to see how this is going. Okay, we couldn't see the fertilizer there. Okay, still a bit to go there, but it does seem like in here is trying to cool off. That the air should actually be fairly cold. We'll wait for it to stop. We'll look at one of the... That's not even 1,000 grams. Where's the 1,000 grams? Right there, 2.8, which is pretty good because usually it's not even that cold, which means that we are pulling in colder gases to begin with, which is good because we want to get it to being a feedback loop where it just keeps getting colder and colder and colder, which hopefully then cools off the liquid coming in so that these don't die as fast. Of course, the air in here is actually still warm down here, which is a little confusing. Oh, it's still warm up here is why. It starts to get down into freezing about over here Oh, because you... Oh, it turns light blue when it's that cold. Okay. So we're just waiting for it to get to that light blue is what we're really waiting for. So we do have a little bit of lighter blue up there, but not quite enough. Those Weezwar are doing a fantastic job, though, of keeping it fairly cool in there. So that is good, at least. Why is the sleet wheat grain 18 degrees? It came off of the sleet wheat, so why is it so warm? That is weird. That is actually really weird, and that's actually preventing some of these plants from growing because of that. That's not good. Ooh, and that one's ready for harvest. So we have plenty of food right now. Plenty of food. So we're just not cooking a lot, even though that's our primary thing to be doing. Oh no, we are cooking a lot. We're just not throwing the frost buns in the fridge. Okay, good to know, good to know. We almost have another dupe. It looks like we are recovering. Everything is working to some degree. We actually have quite a bit of pressure moving down into the base too. Maybe that's because there aren't so many dupes. So the oxygen consumption isn't that bad. Now, a thing to put onto that is that, let's see if we can see that. Yes, okay, so they inhale about 100 grams of oxygen, right? And they exhale about 2 grams of CO2. Which, right, micro? No, milli would be, okay, so centa, deci, milli, micro? Or is there something before micro? So they exhale very little carbon dioxide, unless he is a diver's lungs? No, he's not. Okay, so they exhale a very small amount of CO2. And so that's where our gas pressure is going, is that they're inhaling, they're pretty much exhaling no air, essentially. It could be almost equatable to them exhaling no air. That's how little they exhale in terms of carbon dioxide. But the thing is that's not how the body works. We actually exhale a lot of oxygen too. That's why CPR works. But that's where the pressure on our base is going. So it's pressurizing because there's not enough dupes to actually consume all of that air that these are outputting. And they are still really hot, probably because the water is fairly warm and just up here is massively warm in general too. So not much I can do about that. That's just how the base turned out. So we do have a couple hamster dupes, not enough. In fact, I'm thinking about turning these up a little. At least one of them. Because these generate so much more power for the dupe's time that running the oil refinery would actually be better. And then turning these... Oh, good, they are on 7. So if we were to, say, move one person off, hopefully she will run down... Oh, she was the other cook. Okay, Ren, move off. And see if we can't get you running the petrol. You jumped across, which means you aren't going to the petrol. Another cook. I won't mind that. So print. Let's get you on a cooking. Ooh, oh, not enough for art. So we don't have any artists at the moment, which is kind of bad. But we do have some mealwood growing, which is set to a 9, so that will take up all of our dupe's time at the moment. And the mealwood was just more of a response that we needed something. So we will put, I think, actually pickled meal lice up here, because we need a mush bar to do the fried mush, and there's nothing else that we can do with lice loaf. So, if you're done with the frost buns, make pickled meal. So, and it's not that great, and it actually does not convert very well, but it is a cooked food, so that I don't think needs to be refrigerated. Most pickled items I don't think need to be until you open it, so because you cook it when you're bottling it, so to say, so it's like any other jarred good. It should stay good until. Anywho, they are still just running around doing this, that, or the other. A lot of our sleet wheat is actually growing, which is nice to see. We're still not getting that deep blue that I was hoping for, but it is actually not doing so terrible, to be fair. So, how's the water going? It's actually really cool right now, which is nice. But let's get some orders going to getting some wolframite. Let's see if we can see any. There is none in that area. We have our thermal nullifier right there. We have a little bit right here that we can get to once the dupes are done with all their stuff. Dig down to about right there, and we'll just dig out this entire area in general. And no more big pockets right there. We have a small pocket right there. I'm not sure if that's worth going for, because that is actually pretty far from the base. Any over here? It looks like I dug out most of what was over here, but there is some right there, actually. So we'll dig that out. And that should be polluted ice right here, so that should not fall when we dig it out. Any other in this section? Oh, we do have some right there. So, and again, this wolframite will be to thermal plate the refrigerator room, so to say. It's the best way to put it. And we will have another ladder right here. We will need to put a tile right there, I do believe, because they won't be able to cross that without that. That's polluted ice. We'll just dig that up anyways. As we move up over here, just dig across pretty much. And to right there. So that's a chunk more wolframite. There's a few scattered pockets right there, but not really worth it. So no wolframite down here because we dug it out as we went down. Ooh, we did actually build that ladder up as high as possible. Wait, nope, that's not what I was looking at. Prior to, I was meaning this. We do have another wheezewort up here, which is good. This polluted oil can't, or not polluted oil, oil can't get down here because of all the polluted liquid. Actually gonna set too much liquid everywhere. Okay, yeah, so we do need to clean up this polluted water. It's just getting in the way at this point. Yeah, we'll set those to be cleaned up then, and hopefully they'll stop once the oil starts flowing over here, because it should drown it, making there being too much oil, so they won't do anything about that. How's the oil going? We did use it up. Very good. We already used all the power that it was able to generate. So, and you know what? I'm going to turn... Nope. Okay, it's already above 20 degrees. In fact, we're going to say as long... We're just going to do that to turn it, to make sure it stays off. Because we don't need any more plastic at the moment. We have... Actually, I wanted to upgrade to comfy beds, but that's going to have to wait. And actually, I thought of a way to make it so that dupes won't interrupt each other. That the rooms would be one way. That you would enter through the outside and you'd exit through the middle kind kind of idea. And then you'd have something like a passage in the middle section to be able to, that would go anywhere in the base. So, and if we did start a new one, I think I would design the base more like that, with workstations more to the outside of the base. So not that we have a lot of workstations in general. What do we have? We have the rock granulator up here. I guess mess tables would be considered that. We have the cooking stations and we have the med beds. That's pretty much it. So, in fact, yes, I do. I have that door going that way. So if they come in here, they will exit that way. There's no real way to do that with the med beds, unfortunately, though. Not with how I have them set up. But, okay, so he's gonna go make some petrol, which he should be able to actually make quite a bit. So that should, is that 5 kilograms each? So that should feed both of them pretty well, and we should see some power generation here. Wow, none at all, and you are slow. So making a little bit more. But yeah, for the most part, we're just waiting to get our dupe count back up. So, like, we don't even have enough to be storing the frost buns, and that's on a 7, so 0.8 cycles. So before bedtime, the next cycle, let's see if there's anything else we can queue up for them to do. I'll probably leave it running so that they can, I'll get back up to numbers in the dupes. Probably stopping at, how many did we have? Like 12 to 14? Oh, why is there a Atmos suit right here? Sweep at a priority 9, please. In fact, I don't even know if there is a container that will hold an Atmos suit. You can hold clothing? It's an Atmos suit? An Atmos suit is not even in clothing. Miscellaneous? Diamond. So what would an atmospheric suit be under? Plastic? No. Okay, so atmospheric suits cannot be collected. Oh, you know what happened? Somebody died out here while wearing it. Oh dear. And that's the suit that needs to go right there. Deliver an exosuit. Since this one is priority 9, they should actually pick up that one, I would hope, first. Yes? Nope, they're just grabbing one of those ones. Okay. And since there's nothing that can, since there's no storage to be able to hold an Atmos suit other than an exosuit dock, yeah, I guess we're not gonna have we're not gonna be grabbing that Atmos suit for some time. So good to know. But in terms of the Wheezewort, we do need to grab this one to help replace one of the ones we took from the main base. And we do need just a lot of stuff done. How close to the new dupe? 0.2 cycles. Is there anything else that we need to do around the base? A lot of task 7 jobs aren't getting done. We have a lot of Sleet Wheat going now, though. So that's all we needed was a little bit of Wheezewort. Good to know. Good to know that we wasted a lot of time trying to get this thing working when we just needed something like these to kind of kickstart it. Not even kickstart it, just keep it going to a good degree. But it is getting really cold over here. Or is it just me? Is it because it looks a lot lighter blue than it used to? So the shift plate is getting colder as well. I'm surprised that we're not cooling off the liquid that much more. But we are growing a little bit more consistently. So that's good to see. We should have a dupe ready. Let's see here. You are the only one I really want to consider. You have medicine, which is good. And tinkering. You need to do their business a little bit more. Well, that's fine. We have plumbing, so it's not like that's going to get wasted. In fact, because we have so little or so few dupes, we don't have a lot of dirty water being produced, so to say. Oh, but this is backed up because this needs sand. And so that's kind of the idea I was thinking about, that I siphon this off, that it has a branch that goes up there. And you know what? Deconstruct all of this. It's going to make a massive, massive mess. I'm going to make sure I only deconstruct that pipe. And then deconstruct actually all the way up to there. We'll have it join up right there. But we can have actually a lot of this polluted water rather than going into this, going up there. So, okay, so if we could mop up that. We have a lot of liquid going down there too because of all that water. And then we will build just normal pipes? I guess just normal pipes. Wait, how hot is the liquid in here? Not terribly, but it's... yeah, it's cooling off before it gets sucked up. What about the water over here? This is decently warm, but not terrible. I'm still thinking that all of this should still be insulated. So let's get some insulated piping going on here. It's going to have to be granite, I think, because we don't have anything else that's not thermally reactive. So more for the dupes to do once they have the time. Some of our food is going bad because we can't keep it good at the moment. Just pull it into there like that. That way these plants don't mind, because that's part of the problem, is that a lot of that liquid has been so hot, and if it's passing right next to the plants, that's probably part of the issue. So that's why I have insulated pipes going pretty much everywhere else. So let's make that one insulated as well. We will have an insulated pipe that just goes up right here, I guess, and connects. Ah, so somebody... was that? That is a task 8. So we're doing priority 8 tasks now, which is good. So we are getting to priority 7 slowly. Actually, these are priority 7, so until we have enough dupes to run on all of those. Yeah. You know what? I'm going to set these a little higher. At least one of these are priority 8. So until that fridge is full, let's not work on the power as much. So... and the oil coming up should still be pretty good as long as we have the power. Of course, the biggest problem is this polluted water right there. It's gunking up any fluids. And a lot of the oil they're making over here is not actually getting across either. And we're not getting all the oil that was up here because the polluted liquid. Which is weird, because this little bit of polluted liquid is acting like a solid block that the oil cannot expand because of that liquid, which is interesting. Because, oh no, that is a lot of liquid right there. 130 kilograms in a 1 meter square area? What is that? That in pounds, that would be not quite 300. Like 260. 260 pounds of liquid. How much water? I don't know off the top of my head the density of water to be able to calculate that, actually. So I won't bother. But my issue is that a lot of the oil over here is not getting produced because it's dripping down here. and it's just pressurizing down here because we have all this other liquid that's causing issue. So, anywho, that is all the time we have for today's episode, but I will continue playing for a little bit longer to try to get our numbers up. But for now, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please do leave a like, as it does help the channel, and do subscribe if you're not already to catch the next episode as it comes out. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, please leave those in the comment section below, and I'll get back to you as quick as I can. But for now, that is it. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Have a good one. Goodbye.